Concordia's new handbook a helpful tool for students, or is it political propaganda? I'm Terry Newman for NP Comment, and I have with me today Anastasia Zorchinsky to discuss this. Thank you for joining me today, Anastasia.
I'm happy to be here.
Great. So Anastasia, you're a Concordia Student Union Council member for undergraduates. This means you were voted in by your peers, correct?
Yes, correct.
Great. And you recently posted a video to Instagram discussing Concordia's student handbook. And you opened by saying, this is not how a university agenda should look like in 2025 Canada. Now, before we get into why you think this is the case, can you tell audience members what a student handbook is, generally speaking, and what purpose does it serve?
Absolutely. So a student handbook usually serves the purpose of basically informing students about events and students having a calendar at hand and being able to write notes in their calendar about what happens every day. Also about learning the resources that the student union or the university provides them and different kinds of events that happen on campus.
You went on to call the handbook anti-Semitic, woke, extremist propaganda, and a political manifesto turning students against everybody else. And you also refer to it as super pro-Hamas and anti-Western. In the video, you mention three main points or reasons, broad reasons why. Can you explain to our audience what they were?
Absolutely. So this student handbook is not like any other student handbook. It's the exact opposite from what I just described. This student handbook serves as a political manifesto because, first of all, it teaches students that everybody is working against them. All the resources that the university is providing people and students are working against the students. It even lists the names of all the people who are in our administration, and if they're somewhat successful in their business or somewhat contribute to society, they're suddenly working against all the other students. So basically, turn students, first of all, the first step is to turn students against everybody else. Secondly, it gives you a strike guide. So the strike guide tells you how exactly you should protest against everybody and the administration and what everybody is doing against you, basically. It teaches you even how to convince your friends who just want to go to class how to strike, which is obviously absolutely, it's just, I'm out of words to even read that. And then it teaches you, hey, this is what you should do. If you're caught doing illegal things, we have your back. It even tells you that blockading classrooms is resistance and concealing your identity and hiding your face is solidarity with protesters, which both go against the Concordia policies. You're not allowed to block classrooms and you're not allowed to conceal your identity. So that, in addition to all the imagery of people who are masked on the handbook, just fully concealing their identity, you can't tell who it is, what this person is. You don't see any Canadian flags, no Canadian flags, only Palestinian flags. This handbook does not have any Canadian or any religious holidays whatsoever. It literally doesn't even mention Christmas. It mentions Nakba Day, but it does not mention Christmas. This is not a surprise to me as a counselor on the student union or a student at Concordia because instead of celebrating Canada Day, the student union celebrates Anti-Canada Day. So this is, I think, something people should know, and it reflects exactly in that handbook.
Thank you. So I think it's also something that parents who are sending their kids to Concordia should also be aware of. Now, you also bring up in the video the point that no one actually gets to vote on this guide. And it seems strange to me that a guide that should be created as a general tool for all students would, be set up in such a way to cause division itself. What's the reaction been to the guide on campus?
So actually, on Wednesday last week, I had a Concordia Student Union meeting, and I brought up a motion saying that this handbook must be removed from campus because it exposes students to hateful rhetoric, to pro-Hamas protesters and such. And I've been shown that the motion itself was rejected, and students on the student union who are responsible for this were telling me that I have no evidence. I lack evidence that this handbook is hateful, and my motion has no weight, basically. So the problem is with this handbook is that this piece of propaganda is released to 35,000 students. This is not like something where one student tells another student, oh, let's go protest. I know you want to go to class. Let's go protest. No, it's information that's distributed to the whole student body, the whole undergraduate student body. And even people who may disagree with this may still need an agenda. And then they carry it every day with them in their backpack, write notes on it every single day. And you're exposed to this hate every single day. So the reaction, I mean, Concordia itself disassociated itself from this handbook, which I have my opinion. I'm happy to speak about that.
The administration did that?
Yes. So the administration said that they're not responsible for this handbook or what the CSU releases. The CSU is a Concordia union. They're not responsible for it. They say it does not reflect what Concordia stands for. And apparently they're taking measures to do something about it. However, I don't understand how, this is not something where one student goes and tells another student, oh, let's go protest. This is literally propaganda and hate being released to all the student body. This must be removed from campus immediately, and they should have taken action yesterday to do that.
Okay, so I guess the only way they could do something like that is make sure next year or retract this one completely and set another one. Now, does this guide in general, does it change your mind about going to Concordia?
I mean, yes, I'm surprised that it has gotten to this level of just indoctrination and hate being distributed and being allowed to be distributed. It's really upsetting because I would think that some people would stand against this. Like, it's so anti-Canadian and it's so anti-Western and so anti just like whatever we are supposed to be as a nation that I thought people, and especially our administration or at least people in the public, would stand against it and say, hey, like, let's make sure this is not distributed. Let's make sure we do not give, like, Concordia does not give the property to distribute it out in their university. There are so many different actions that could have been taken in regards to this, and if no action is taken now, it's just going to get worse and worse. And instead of students actually coming to university to learn and to nourish themselves and to become better people once they leave, they are going to actually leave more hateful, more divided, and only know how to strike. That's the reality.
That's really unfortunate. First of all, I want to thank you so much for joining us today, Anastasia, and I wish you the best of luck with your studies at Concordia. I'd also like to thank our readers at National Post for tuning in. See you next time.